What's up, guys? YST here, and welcome back to the channel. And today, surprise, surprise, we're joined by Nub Raids. How's it going, bro?
Hey, it's good. It's good. It's good. We're missing you here in Ireland, I tell you. Yeah, Willow, she's been crying nonstop. I've been crying nonstop as well. It's been awful since you've gone.
For anyone that's not aware, I actually traveled over to Ireland, like, was it 2-3 days ago now? Kind of.
Yeah.
About a bag of clock at night. It was
Yeah.
last minute decisions, to say the least. I landed in Ireland, had no hotel, no car booked, went to some random hotel, went to Nub's house. So much went on within those 48 hours, but it was really cool. I'm getting to see you over your house and where you live in your little town. That's cool.
Yeah. It was basically just a day in the life of Nub. That's what you got to experience. It was very low octane, shall we say. But it was fun. It was fun.
But if you guys do want to see that video, I was actually at his house. It is over on his channel. It was for the patch notes? Or
we did a live stream.
Oh yeah, the live stream and the patch notes for what's the name? Manaya and
yeah. That's right, yeah. Manaya and Queen Eva. Yeah.
Anyway, guys, back to the topic of today's video. We got a spicy one, and I don't know where this thought just came from. I just thought it'd be a cool one. So what I've done is I've selected every single free champion in this game, and it's consisting only of daily logins, milestone ones, so like the Arbiters, the Marius, and, you know, the Romantus. And then there's also the Doom Tower Fragment champions for normal and a hard variation, as well as like Clan Shop and Bazaar and stuff. So it's only those ones, so no fusions, no guaranteed champions, none of that like 7-day exclusives, like a Rathalos Blade Master or Sun Wukong. It's just the champions that's always available in the game for players to slowly but surely pick them up, right? So the way we're going to be ranking them is not going to be like S tier or whatever that may be, because I feel like for every player that gets these champions, how much value do they have to you at that given moment? So let's just say you got a Vizix stat on board at the amount of days it is. I forgot what it was, 180 or something. At that point, how good was it for your account in a sense? So we've got it must build, great but not must build. So just a bit of fun. Good, might be good for like Centranos or something. And then Mary's, it's just bait. You don't need to be maxed up these champions at that point. So to start off this one, is there anyone that you want to go for out of all of these champions here? Some are hiding behind us.
What's the first one? What's the first top left behind you?
Oh, here we go. You ready?
Yeah.
Miss Arbiter herself.
Arbiter.
Yes.
Oh, easy. For me, that's an easy must build.
Yep.
I think. I think she just it's kind of crazy actually, even with the power creep in the game and stuff going, like she's still relevant. You still see her all the time in arena. You see her all the time in tag arena, live arena. She just keeps coming back. She keeps staying, keeps going. I don't know if that will still be true for like late game accounts next year, like when mythicals are becoming much more of a thing. But I mean, right now, we're even talking about when you get her. When you get her, yeah, obviously she's a must build. She's going to be your biggest arena speed aura, probably the biggest base speed for arena. The increased attack, the turn meter. She unlocks so much. Like it's almost to the point. I don't know if it's true anymore. It's been a long time since I did leveling up in this game. But like I remember back in the day, it was like, you kind of felt like to get Arbiter, you needed Arbiter in a way. Like to actually compete in arena at all, you felt like you needed her. I don't know if that's as true, but she's a must build.
Yeah, especially with like free champions such as the Sun Wukongs and the Armands, the Magnificent with the fusion. These champions maybe speed up the process a little bit compared to when we first started grinding it. Like to put it into perspective, I'm almost at Arbiter on my free to play within 90 days.
Oh wow!
So yeah, I think the first time I went for Arbiter it took me over a year using like gore grabs and stuff. So yeah, definitely must build. I agree with that one. We've actually got two Arbiters here. We'll leave one at the bottom.
Twice. Build her twice. Confirmed.
Do you know what? I'm going to go for Archmage Helmet next. Your previous person for your channel, your mascot. Would you say Archmage Helmet's a must build when you get him from the Doom Tower?
Yeah, he's between the top two tiers, all right. That's the question. Where do we put him? I'd say you probably do put him as a must build.
Yep.
I think so, because he's very, very good crowd control champion at the time that you get him. He's likely to help you a lot going through Doom Tower hard. Like, I mean, right now, I don't know if you did the Arman's fusion, like maybe Arman's just solos Doom Tower hard waves for you.
Yeah.
But I think generally speaking, I think Archmage is going to be super, super helpful to an account when you get him. I know for me, he was massive. And then also on top of that, he provides you so many buffs. He's fantastic with seer teams.
Hmm.
Like I even use him right now on my account. I use him in a seer team for Ice Golem Hard. He's there. So yeah, I think he's a must build. Yeah.
Yeah, I
He might
agree.
even work at level 50, but
Honestly,
yeah.
I think anyone that does the Doom Tower, because he's actually the first champion you get, I feel like
Yeah.
it's just like an auto, like it's my first champion. I'm building this dude. So I feel like even if he's not a must build, let's be honest, guys, you probably maxed up your first Doom Tower epic, right?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
okay, so next up here, I'm gonna go. Actually, no, go on. We go back to back. Who do you gonna choose?
Let's choose we've had a couple of bad champions. Let's choose someone really good. Let's choose Yaga the Insatiable.
Oh, the baits. We don't even get a picture of him. There he is.
Yeah, there he is.
Okay.
God tier. No, this is our first meh
Yeah.
champion, I would say. Yeah, like Poison Champ, he's just really not great. And I think definitely nowadays, I mean, he was even, I would say, a meh champion when we started the game years ago. I think nowadays, with the free login champions and all of that, and just the better quality of champions that you're getting,
Hmm.
I think there's no way that you would waste the time and resources building this guy up. It's just not worth it. You've got so many other things to build.
Hmm.
I think there's no chance. Like, is anyone in the free to play series competition built Yaga?
No,
Or
do
is
you know
it
what
just
it is?
fed instant?
I get what they were trying to do when the game first released. Like, there might have not been
Yeah.
a lot of poisoners, supposed to be the
Mhm.
upgrade to your kill being the popular champion and stuff like that. I get it.
Yeah.
But at the cost of, like, what? Like, how many books is that? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15 epic
Yeah.
books to get some minuscule chance poison, which is not even 100% chance. And then, like, not
Mhm.
100% on the A1 either. It's like, stick with your kills till you get someone better, right? Like,
Yeah, he's shocking.
he's
Yeah,
just not
it is
needed.
interesting
Yeah.
that those early login champions is supposed. I think it's supposed to be like Yaga to help you with
Yeah.
Dragon for poisons, and then Dark Athel was supposed to help you for Spider.
Hmm.
I'm sure we can talk about her, but yeah, I think the dude Lordly Legionary was supposed to
Yeah.
help you for Fire Knight. That's what like they were trying to help you in areas. They just
Hmm.
are not very good.
What they should have done is they should have made Yaga the Insatiable the epic version of Frozen Banshee, and then I think
Yeah.
he would have so
Ah,
much more value, like a poison sensitivity, maybe a poison A2 and a detonation A1, and then
yeah.
there we go. Now we're speaking about someone worth the books, right? Because you got
Yeah.
everything you kind of need. But as it stands, I agree. Our first mare for today.
Mm.
Next up here, I'm actually gonna go with the second champion you get from the normal Doom Tower, and it's gonna be Akof the
Okay.
Seared. Um,
Ooh.
I guess for me personally, I think he's because it's so scarce in this game. There's only 4 epic AoE burners out there, being Ultimate
Mhm.
Gallic. There is Mordecai, Skrank, who's a Void, and then a Kof the Seared. I put him as must build personally. What do you think?
Okay. I would say so you gotta be playing the game for at least 6 months.
Hmm.
I'd say he's probably great, but not must build. It
Hmm.
depends. It really depends. Do you
Yeah.
have a HP burner? Right?
It does. It's
If
very
you
subjective. Like if you went with the Mordecai
yeah,
starter code and you've got another, or if you've got an R-Tack or something, is he now necessary? No, I agree with you. I think great, but not must build under those circumstances. But if
I
you,
think
I don't.
so. Yeah, just because like there's not gonna be any account in the game that doesn't build an arbiter, but
Hmm.
you could totally have, yeah, like you said, you could have that Mordecai, like and you could have Mordecai. If you got Mordecai, I don't think you need to build ACOF.
Yeah.
Mordecai will do it. So yeah,
Yeah. No,
I'd
I
I'd say
agree.
great but not must build.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. I think he sits there. Like for me personally, I don't use the cough to see it, but it's because it
Yeah.
takes so long to get him as well, right? It's like by that point, do
Yeah.
you now have
By
a
that
burner that's could do the role that you need?
Yeah, whereas for me, on my like personally on my account, he was the first AoE burner I got.
Hmm.
Like I didn't have one before that, so I
Yeah.
totally used him and he was great. But yeah, I don't use him anymore, of course. But yeah, no, at the time for me, I was kind of unlucky and he was huge. But
Hmm.
yeah, so it depends on your account. Yeah.
Okay. So next one here, who
Hmm.
we got?
Let's stick with a burn. Let's go with Drexstar Blood Twin, right?
Dregstar Blood Twin.
Hag- Hagarina,
Hmm.
Bizarre. I think he is a must build.
Okay.
You disagree? Ooh.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm curious. I'm curious how you feel about it, but I think he's just so useful for so many bosses because he burns off the passive.
Hmm.
I think he's very good for Demon Spawn faction crypt as well, which is a difficult crypt. He's very good for that. If you don't have a Duchess,
Hmm.
he's very good for that. But yeah, I think he's really strong for Amius the Lunar Archon when you get there. He's really strong for Frost Spider.
Hmm.
He's really strong. He's really strong for a lot of Doom Tower bosses, and he doesn't even need to be booked.
Yeah.
He's even really strong for progressing on like Spider 20. If you're stuck on that, he can Spider tank. So I think you can get this guy really early in the game,
Yeah.
and he can be very helpful, and it sort of carries through. Like you slap him into your first Hydra teams, and he's gonna do damage just burning stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree that he's a must builder. I'm actually happy you touched up on that second part, as I don't think he's a must book. That's what I was kind
Yeah.
of smirking at.
Yeah.
Because there's many champions in the game. Of course, they're better with books. Obviously, every champion is in their aspects, but
Yeah.
you could literally get this champion, max him up, and not have to waste books on him, and still have yourself a top tier champion. So I feel like for that fact alone, I would agree that he's someone that you probably want to must build on your account. Like, he's not just a burner. We got nice provokes in there as well. As you mentioned, A1 burns, pretty nice as well. Yeah, actually,
He's got a really good aura too, doesn't he?
yeah, do you know what? I actually regretted not pushing for him when the Eternal Dragon first ever came out, because my first proper good burner was, or A1 burner, sorry, was Underpriest Brogni as a fusion, as there wasn't many champions that could do it. So there was definitely a regret point where I was like, if only I had him, it could have been done. So I agree that at that point in the game, 100%, probably max him up.
Is there a little nub up here?
Oh, there is a little nub up there. Wait, how's that happen then?
I don't know.
Oh, do you know? There's a little baby nub. Wait, okay, we're gonna crop that out. There we go. Wait. Oh no, we don't want to do that. There we go.
Oh, I'm gone.
Wow,
That's
damn it!
funny.
I was enjoying that. Do you know what I was trying to do? Because it's Easter. Do you know you get Easter eggs in games, little things?
Yeah.
Throw a little Easter egg in there. You spoiled it, nubs. So all right. Next up here, we're actually gonna go with. Actually, this will be an interesting one because I've not actually never spoken about her. The chicken.
Oh,
Cleopteryx. What do you think about Cleopteryx?
I would say she's good, and I think that's as high as I would put her.
Okay.
I'm curious what you think. My opinion on her is 2 AoEs is great, solid damage is great, but I think you get her pretty late in the game. I don't think she's necessarily super useful. So yeah, I think she's good. Like, you might build her if you need her for faction wars or something, but you might just never build her ever. Because you probably have good nukers by then.
Yeah, so we get her by day number 271 on your account. So comes straight after the Visix that on boat. So when the first batch of things. So at that point, is she going to be adding value here? Increased accuracy. We got Hex as well on all enemies. All right, with the fear debuff as well if they're not under Hex. So a bit of the this or that. Increased crit rate, increased crit damage, block active skills. Yeah, she's a good champion. She's good. Yeah. But like you said, it's like, it's a Hex. You could just put a Hex set on a champion if you really needed to, right? With the new curse set.
Yeah. Like, you might use her. I guess she could be okay for Hydra early game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the other Hex champs are a lot better.
I'd rather be using Mithrala Lifebane over this any day of the week.
Oh, well, yeah, 100%.
Saying that, I actually didn't put Mithrala in this list. I'm going to have to do that later.
Okay, yeah. I'd say by the time you've got Cleopteryx, you wouldn't have Mithrala, I think.
Yeah, maybe not, yeah. She's decent. I think I agree with what you say, but let us know in the comments, guys, if there's any disagreements. That's what this video is all about, the discussion, right? I like opening those discussions. But I would agree, kind of. She's good, not mandatory, like, It's a weird one between this one and this one. It's like, where's the clarity going? You know what I mean? Like the good or the great but not spilled. But
yeah. That's where it's more opinion based.
It's a tricky one.
The Met and the must build are so extreme. It's quite obvious.
What we could do is towards the very end, we could just like switch it around in the order, maybe of how good. Yeah,
100%.
All right. So who we got next here? What we choosing?
Okay.
Actually, do you know what we could do? Sorry, not to cut you in there. Let's do the second Arbiter picture. But pretend this is Mithrala Lifebane.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. Just so we can get her off the screen.
Oh, okay. Well, that's gonna be easy. Mithrala must build.
Yep.
Must build. I mean, she's so good, right? Great. So many buffs for keeping your team alive. Great aura, an insane passive, protects you from bombs if you need that in arena. And yeah, the AoE Hex, she's top tier Hydra, not top tier arena, good tier arena, top tier Hydra. Yeah, she's must build.
Yeah, 100%. Or Arbiter, there twice. All right, so who was actually going to be your next choice there?
I was thinking about that. Let's do one that you've got 2 Romantus as well.
I know, I'm gonna have to do some little alternations towards the end here. Quick edits.
Let's do Gwyneth. I think that's an
Ooh.
interesting
Okay,
one.
yep. Where's
So Gwyneth,
beneficials?
you get her. She's one of the. Is she like a middle of Doom
I've got
Tower
all of them
normal?
here. So you get her as your 5th champion. So you need to clear 500
Yeah,
fragments worth before you get her.
that's very far in.
Yep.
She has big single target hits and an AoE A1.
Mhm.
I would personally put her as maybe good.
Mhm.
Um, I don't think I've ever really used her for anything, honestly, but
Mhm.
maybe she's okay for some Cursed City. That's sort of my vibe. But I picked her because I'm curious about her. I'm very curious what you think because
She's a.
yeah.
I know Saf's actually a secret fan of her. I believe she can
Yeah,
hit
yeah.
pretty hard. I've not actually dived in myself to have enough, trial with it
Mhm.
myself. But this part here, I believe once you stack this, is one of the hardest hitting epics in the game, single target, because you transfer
Yeah.
all debuffs from this champion to an enemy, then attacks the enemy and ignores 10% defense for each debuff they are under. So
Yeah, like
hypothetical
that's max.
scenarios in the dragon, right? Let's just say you take all the poisons, send them back, boom, ignore that defense, and it could be a massive. Even this no triggering of counterattacks. If you're in trying to think of good scenarios like Valkyries in the Cursed City of Centranos, right? If you got her in a stun set, you can now not trigger those counterattacks, or maybe in the Never Spider, not to trigger those counterattacks as well. So it's an interesting one, right?
Mhm. True, true. Would you change your place in the tier list because of that? I
No.
I think she goes in good.
I think no, she's good. Like, good is not a knock on the champion. It's like, she's
Yeah.
good, but she's just not like, she's not great, I would say. She's good. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
So
Yeah.
all right. So next up here, we're actually gonna spice this up a little bit, Nubs. You ready?
Okay.
The final epic champion that we get from clearing the normal Doom Tower, Krakoth.
Oh,
What are we thinking?
must be the best one, right? It's the last one.
Do you know what? Actually, I did a bit of maths before recording, guys. I want to break this down to you. So if I read this off properly, so there's 100 fragments, right, in every for every champion that you get, and then you
Yep.
divide it by 3 because you get 3 fragments per room, right? Well, no,
Mhm.
33 rotations.
Or
No, I've done
33
this again.
rooms.
33 rooms to get the 100 fragments. There you go. Thanks, Nubs. And then
Mhm.
it was 33 rooms times 9 because there's 9 champions per difficulty, which is 300 rooms to complete every single one. And if you do the 300 divided by 12, it will take you 25 months of rotations. And that's like saying that you complete every single floor, by the way. So realistically, it takes you what, 3 to 4 years to get Krakoth? Something like that.
A long time, yeah. Yeah. At least 2.5 realistically.
Yes. So what
Yeah.
do you think about it then?
Yeah, no, she's mad. She's absolutely shocking. Yeah, this champion sucks.
Remember the
Dear
context of this
Lord.
video, guys. By the time that we actually get the champion, how much value do they have? And I think after
Yeah.
3 years, let's be real, we're not using a 4-turn strengthen and
No,
a single target revive on Deathlight. Come on, Raid.
she might be useful in a couple of Curse City stages, and I will say in the Deadwood Jedi challenge where we had to use epics only from a specific faction,
Mm-hmm.
Colebrew I think did use her in his Dark Elf arena
Oh,
defense team.
is it?
I think it lost, but he used her. So if you are ever forced to use Dark Elves epic only,
Mm-hmm.
maybe for a arena defense team. So in other words, no, she's never just not
And
worth it.
also, you're going to get
Terrible.
Mithrala before you're going to get this chick, and she brings
Oh,
in
well before.
strengthened
Yeah.
shields, 30% shield, by the way, on a 3-turn cooldown with increased attack. Yeah, she's going into mare by the time you get her, man.
Oh
Down
yeah,
here.
yeah.
Good champion. If this was early game, probably a must build,
Yeah.
maybe. But where you get her after 3 years, that's not the prize I wanted. It's nuts.
No. Yeah, the Doom Tower normal champions, it kind of feels like they got almost worse over time, right? They
Yeah.
started good and got bad.
All right. Let's start speeding through these. Actually, these are going to take we're going to be for like an hour at this rate.
Shit.
All right.
All right.
So next up, I'm going to go with Arix.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? I know you're a big
My
fan of it.
opinion, great, but not must build. Yeah, I'm a
Yep.
big fan of Arix. I think Arix is a really good HP damage dealer for arena. I think she can do solo spider stuff with Slayer set, but it's gear intensive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think she's really underestimated for arena. I mean, I remember chatting to Shinny, and Shinny was like, "Yo, even in like high end gold live arena, people use Arix all the time. She gets used much more high level
Oh,
than
wow.
at low level because people just don't know about her."
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think, but she's not a must build,
Mm-hmm.
but I think she's really solid.
Yeah, I was actually in that boat of not being a fan personally. I thought, oh,
Ooh.
is this all we get at this time of the game? But I think
Mm.
as time came on, hard mode spiders, solo strategies. I could see where if you now got her in the game, you would probably build it. And as you said, does have end game viability, right? So I'm actually a guilty one, but I do agree where she sits there. So who do you want to go for next?
Let's do Haikatoon.
Haikatoon.
Yeah, what do you think about Haikatoon?
Haikatoon is she the first one? Let me have a quick
Yeah, I
look.
think is she a weekend? Probably.
She is
Or 2 weeks?
day 30. So your first month, you'll
Oh,
pick
1
up
month,
a
1 month.
Haikatoon.
Okay. Yeah, you've been free to play. What did you
Mm-hmm.
think on that? You've been there recently.
I will say I didn't build.
Okay.
I didn't.
So she's not a must build.
But
Easy.
I think she is a must build. It just wasn't the direction that I wanted to. I feel like which faction is she in again? She's high elves, right?
Barbarians?
She barbarian? Oh, she is barbarians.
Hmm.
Like Haikatoon comes in with attacks all enemies, decreases turn meter. That's great. You know, filling turn meter is an increased speed, 3-turn cooldown. You know, if you don't have the luxury of a Deacon Armstrong or someone like of that
Yeah.
nature, and you want someone to snowball your champions versatile wise, this is phenomenal. Speed auras by 19% universal with a decreased speed A1. If you're looking for like a strong speed manipulator, I think she's a must build at 30 days, to
Okay.
be honest. What do you think?
The thing that's put me off is that you didn't build her though.
I
So
didn't
I'm
know, but
like,
I'll
how?
give you the context. I didn't build it because I
Okay.
pulled a Gorgorab.
Okay. Okay.
So I got
Okay.
my
Right.
Terminator booster, my Reviver. It was kind of it was between them both 50-50.
Yeah, which is very unusual. I guess the question would be, if you had Apothecary, would you still build a Haikatoon? It's not certain. I didn't get Apothecary for months, so I built
I
Haikatoon.
think this is down to that subjective thing, like we mentioned earlier with one of the other
Yeah.
champions. I feel like if you don't have if you still don't have a Terminator champion by
Mhm.
that point, the thing is, it's not just Terminator. It is very similar to a Puff, right? You're right.
Yeah. I'd say put her as great, but not must build. Like, I think
Subjective
she's
one.
really
Yep.
good, but not everyone would necessarily build her.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think that's fair.
That's fair. Yeah. Depends on what you got, right?
Probably she'd be on the high end of that, I'd say.
So above the Cough to
For
Seed
the
like
month,
there.
yeah,
Or maybe like
considering
this as
1
well.
month, yeah.
Aric's there as well.
I would, yeah, I'd say it's probably, yeah, yeah. They're all really good champs, yeah.
Yeah.
They're all good. Okay.
All right.
Um,
Is it me
what
next?
do you I can't remember. Yeah, you
I
pick
feel like
one
I've got
and I'll pick.
so many doubles here. It's crazy. It's just throwing me off.
So we don't actually have to get through this many. Good,
This
good.
could be an interesting one. Rian the Conjurer. What do you think?
Ooh, okay, I think I'm gonna be more negative than you are, because I know you like him?
Yeah.
I'd say just good, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, I think by the time you get them, like, sure, it's a buff strip. That's okay. I guess specifically at that stage of arena, you probably don't fight that much polymorph, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I feel like there's other buff strip champs in the game now. I don't know if you need it. I've never found them that useful or good in arena when I got
Mm-hmm.
them. I don't know. I think they're just good, honestly.
Especially with polymorph and all this stuff. It's a
Yeah.
different time of the game, right? Where there's other options that's kind of doing it. But I feel like when she came out, she was kind of the weakened version of Madame
Yeah.
Ceres. You know, the decreased defense buff strip. She's the weakened version. And for players out there that have full
Yeah.
ignore defense, the weaken actually has more value because you're already ignoring
Mhm.
defense. But she actually brings in revivals as well. A1 block buffs. Um, is she
I mean,
necessary?
I've used her a little bit in Hydra, and I used her a bit in Arena. I was just not particularly impressed. Like, just never, just didn't wow me. But it's up to you. 'Cause you picked her. You make the
No,
decision.
I like these back and forths. It kind of makes me think like,
Yeah.
am I overvaluing here? So,
Mm.
um, you are right. You need 300 fragments that late into the game. If you've got Sun Wukong, do you need this? Probably not. Okay, I'm gonna go top good. I'll go top
Yeah.
good. I think she's definitely like not
I'd
must
say she's
build.
more useful than the other ones there.
Yeah,
The
I'll
good.
definitely
Yeah.
use her over these two for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm. Okay. Ooh. Let me pick a spicy one. Let's go with Gerda Bogbrew.
Oh, here we go. This is we might have to fight over this one, depending what you say here.
Okay. Well, you have to go first this time.
Oh,
We'll
he's putting
alternate
me on
going
the
first.
spot, man.
We'll
All right,
alternate. Yeah.
let me just find. I've got all the lists here, so it'll be quick. So
Uh-huh.
Gerda Bogbrew, we get at 451 days. So just so
Like a year and a half.
year and a half of playing this game consistently, you get yourself Miss Gerda Bogbrew. I feel like she's underrated, but for the context of this video, do you need her at that point of the game? Probably not. But like for me, I like her better than Battle Kazar.
What? Oh.
Yeah, I really do. No, but if you think about it, Bad Alcazar it's a cleanse, right? And it's also a poison. She's a cleanse and a poison and a weaken. So if you need a weaken champion, she's actually very top tier, and she removes debuffs as well.
I think does the weekend only work if like she fails her move though? Hang on.
Let's get a good. I've got it here.
Yeah, let's get it up. So A2 AoE weaken, and then she poisons enemies without weaken. Oh, yeah, she's weird, dude.
So after
So
attacking,
she
has a 100% chance of placing a poison on enemies without the weaken.
so that never
No,
happens.
but you get the weaken. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Without
so it is a
needing,
guaranteed.
yes,
It is a guaranteed
yes.
weaken.
So what
Yeah,
you would
it
do is you would open up. You could actually solo Ice Golem 25 of her. Very. She did it faster than Bad Elf for me on my main account when I was, because I used Bad Elcazar for ages. She did it quicker. And what it comes down to is the passive. Whenever an enemy receives a debuff, their turn meter is decreased by 3%. So because you're placing double poisons and you're placing weaken, you're dropping down the turn meter, so you got more chance to cut in and place more poisons. So you kill the boss quicker. It's an interesting one. Is it necessary?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Just to not go all the way around the bush.
Yeah.
I'd say
That's what's interesting to me as
good.
well. Is
Yeah.
I actually did use her for a bit for Ice Golem 25, like in a Poison Explosion team. I did use her.
Yeah.
But now, like even if I'm a new player and I just got her, Ice Golem 25, like people don't do that. Nobody does Ice Golem 25.
Do you know what? He says that I do Ice Golem 25.
Do you? Well, you're one of the few, let me tell you. Most people just they farm 20 or they're doing hard, right?
I've got a hard team, right? But I just like my Poison Explosion, and it's just one thing that I've loved my entire lifespan of the game. And because it's immune to poison, it's like I can't use my team anymore. I miss it, man. So
I know I do. I miss the Poison Explosion too, actually. Yeah, but I'd put her in good.
Yeah, I agree. I think good.
I put her at the bottom of good.
But beneath Gwyneth.
Yeah, probably maybe above Gwyneth. So to be fair, yeah, like I've used Gerda more than Gwyneth. So yeah, that's fair.
All right, let's get a few S tiers on the board here. So I'm just gonna put. I'm sure you'd agree with these two. Scylla the Drakes and Physics.
Yeah.
When you get them in the game, you've got a strong reviver, AoE stuns, you know, at that point of the game, even in the end game, think about Cintranos rooms or whatever that may be, Scylla the Drakes is definitely worth that 6-star. Physics on boat, of course, we see it with Hydra, one of the best decrease speed / provoke champions in this game. Actually, nightmare worthy as well, guys. So if anyone that's sleeping on Physics for Hydra, you know, anything you want to say about these two?
No. I just do think it. I think, like you said, when you get them in the game, they're definitely must build champions. I think it is funny that, like, there's definitely. I think the perception is that Syl is way better than Physics, but I would say the way that time has gone in Raid Shadow Legends, that Physics is a way better champion than Syl now. Like Physics is much better than her. But they're both must builds when you get them, and like Syl could be your first reviver. It's pretty big, so yeah.
It's interesting because I feel like if you push hard enough, you can get Arbiter before you're still at the Drakes. It's an interesting one.
Probably could. Yeah, back in the day, you know, it was kind of like you needed Syl to get Arbiter, but nowadays, again, how the game is gone, you might get Arbiter first. At which point, you might, I don't know, maybe you don't even need Syl. But I think with keepers must build, or people will riot.
Yeah. So all right. So next one here, Dark Kael, the 4th champion that we get from the normal Doom Tower. What do you think?
Interesting. I would probably put him as great, but not must build. You agree? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. Like I think he does really good. You know, single target damage, single target poison explosion. It's cool. I would have said if hard mode dungeons didn't exist, if you're still doing normal mode dungeons, I would have put him as a must build because of like Fire Knight and Ice Golem hard at normal 25. But because again, people don't really do those anymore, I don't think he's as essential. He's really good for those dungeons, but he's not as good for current content, basically.
Very strong for clan boss as well. Like the manipulation the manipulation with the crit rate with the passive is something that not many champions can do. And you know, if you can alleviate that crit rate and not get a bad crit, it means that your runs are just way more consistent, right? Against these bosses. So yeah, really good. Great for Dragon as well. I've actually got him in my hard 10 team. He just throws up the poisons, detonates them as well, speeds it up. Great champion. All right, who do you want to go over next here?
Scion.
Oh, I was looking at him as well. I was like,
I saw your mouse go there, and I was like, yeah.
Do you know what? While you're speaking about him, I do want to bring him up because somebody told me that I'm trashing on Scion. So you go for it while I'm finding him.
Scion's fucking awful. What the hell, man? Jesus. Oh my god. Viewer, shame on Scion's
Uh,
dreadful. I'll be honest, I even built him up for I think the heal reduction for Amius, maybe. I was like, maybe I'm gonna do it.
I
And I
think
was
that's
like,
what it was. I think someone was mentioning about I'm sleeping on him for
yeah,
something. I think it was Amius. It could have been.
probably for aim, but no, he still sucks. Like he's so squishy, it's impossible to keep him alive. He's absolute garbage champion. Like, don't waste your bucks. There's no point.
Wait. Just for some context here, it takes you 391 days to get a 310 cooldown heal reduction. Yeah, you're not using that, man.
God, I mean, visually, he looks freaking badass. He looks like a Borg,
Yeah, he looks like a
demon Borg.
Terminator cyborg. Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
weird.
he looks cool, but oh my, he's no. I wanted him to be good, and he sucks so bad.
Or Scion, man. So where do we put him? Must build? I'm joking. You go straight into the mare. Actually, no, we're gonna put some respect on Krakow's name. She's actually got a
Yeah,
decent
she's
kit.
top of mad.
Top of
She's better
mare.
than those jokers, but
Yeah.
dear lord.
All right. So next
Right.
up here, we just go for a straight up S tier. We're gonna go Marius. I
Yeah,
believe
Mark. Yeah.
you're building it up once you get it right.
100%. Yeah, I'm very curious to see him in action because obviously none of us have got to see him like or play him or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really curious, but he looks like he's going to be completely bonkers.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Romantu.
Yeah, where's Romantu?
We
we
have
got two
I
of them.
think.
So that's gonna be another S tier, right?
I'd say he's must build. Yeah, I'd say he's probably kind of bottom of the must build because he's been so screwed over by polymorph.
Mm-hmm.
But you still want to build him.
Do you know what? While you're speaking about him, I need to get a picture of Mithrala because this is throwing me off here. Yeah, go on and carry on with the Romantu stuff.
No, yeah, Romantu solid. I actually use him for my Doom Tower hard team. Like I do use Seer sometimes, just speed clear.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'm not arse building like a proper Seer team for some of the harder stages and all of that nonsense because it messes up your dungeon runs. I love slapping in Romantu, and he's great. Just turns off their passives. He's super good for that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, again, he's solid for arena. He can totally work. You can do even like fun nuker Romantu builds and stuff.
Yep.
Which is cool. But I think he's solid. He just really gets screwed by polymorph. But if they nerf polymorph again, which is decently possible, Romantu will absolutely come back. Like before polymorph, and Stoneskin, Romantu was the guy. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. Romantu is really, really top tier. It shows like so far how good the free champions are in the grand scheme of things, right? Like,
yeah,
you've got a lot of must builds at the moment and a lot of great ones as well. So next up here, we're gonna go with someone that I feel like has grown over time. I think that's fair to say in Aval the Destroyer. I feel like he was trashed on a lot in the past, right? Would you say?
Absolutely. Yeah, he's one of the most maligned champs for sure.
What do you think that is? It's the Hydra utility, right? Like crazy damage coming out. I've seen around the community.
Yeah, so he's really good for Hydra, like exceptionally good. So I'm wondering with Varl, like he might almost be a must build for Hydra, but that's the thing. Hydra is so specific to your accounts. Mm-hmm. How long does it take to get Varl?
Aval the Destroyer is the 4th champion, so you need 400 fragments.
Yeah, so it takes you a bit over a year.
That's if you complete every room. It's probably more like around maybe 1.5, 2 years when he's starting the game.
Yeah. I you know what? I'm gonna say he's a must build champion.
Okay.
Right.
Would you put him right at the bottom?
Say he's a must build.
Yeah.
Can I flip on my screen real fast for you?
Yeah.
Let me do this and we'll see what happens. Hopefully it's comes through okay in the Discord call. So check out this. This is from Llama, who's one of the top players in my clan. Like this is his actual team for Hydra. Mm-hmm. It's 500, 500 million with Varl, 500 mil.
Damn.
And like he's like a proper player. His account's better than most of ours. So yeah. I mean, I think he goes bottom of must build. I do. I need to actually. I'm meaning to re-gear mine because I need to get him into my team. That's the only reason I might not put him in must build is that every account is different. So for Hydra and how you arrange your champs for your 3 teams, he just might not fit in, right? Mm-hmm. He might be on the bench, but for a lot of people, he's probably a big upgrade for a lot of teams.
Especially that to be the 4th champion, I think it's not like the 10th or the 9th. You know what I mean? It's like you're getting it relatively like just before the halfway point of Seeker Rim. So yeah, I agree. At that point, he's probably definitely must build.
I think I surprised a lot of people when I picked him for that Hydra competition with Deadwood.
Yeah, you surprised me as well because I think it was actually that was the catapult for it. I think since that faction games, everyone's been using Var. I'd never seen him used anywhere before. It's interesting.
Nice. Hey.
So, all right, interesting one here. This is someone that I actually hold to high regard, but
Okay.
if you want to go back and forth, feel free.
Mm.
What do you think about Vassallo the Seal?
Awesome. Well, where do you want to put him?
I think that he's great, but not best, not best build.
Okay, interesting. Break it down. I would think he'd be probably just good. So
Hmm.
I'm curious why you think he's like. Where would you use him? Where
So,
does he shine?
so one thing that does come into it, I need to keep an eye on the target and the time of the video. So, Vassal of the Seal is the sixth
Okay.
champion, so 600 fragments, right? So,
Right.
what does he
Almost
really bring
2
to the
years.
table here? So, outside of one of the best looking champions in the game, reminds me of Mortal Kombat.
Mm.
He's got the equalizer of HP, and one thing that I love in this champion is this ability for the Phantom Shogun's growth. So when you're doing the highest crit damage target, if you enfeeble target,
Hmm.
he's like, for me, he is that champion. Like, I can now free up my Walking Tomb Drang or whoever that may be because he was doing it before for this champion. I just put him in high survivability, no books needed. He's actually got AoE True Fear and Decrease Attack, so great for some of these Sintranos rooms, and then a Burn A1 as well. Like, he's not the best champion in the game, but I feel like he's good, man. Like, I do enjoy using
Mm.
him. Like, if you think about secret rooms in Doom Tower for endgame players, you talk about Sintranos, what a very strong True Fear mechanics here,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
the
that's very
equalizing of
true.
HP, which not a lot of champions in this game have. We got Senesha, we got Vassal,
Mhm.
Walking Toon Dreng, and outside of that, it's very, very niche to bring this in.
Yeah. You know what? I'm happy to put him in great, but yeah, put him in the great tier. Yeah,
You
makes
think
sense.
so?
I definitely think especially Centranos, like
Because we
he's
have to
like
think
hard
about
carry
these
some
areas,
stages,
right? Because if we're getting them
genuinely.
so late into the game, they have to be good in those areas, and I feel like he fits that role for endgame
Yeah.
players. So,
You know, if they
yeah,
add like way more stages to Ice Golem hard as well, and it gets like really hard, he's actually really good for Ice Golem hard
yep.
too. But it's just you don't need him at the like
It is.
Artek and solo it.
It's one of the
So
best equalizing HP guys. Is one of the best heals in this game
mm,
because brings up to the highest level of your champion. It's practically a full heal for your team, not just like a
yeah.
percentage. So it's really strong.
Okay.
Okay, who we got next here? We're nearly done here.
Nice. Let's go. Tanix, the champion I like,
Ooh,
but I'd say she's just good.
okay.
Um, she gives you easy access to decreased speed and some healing. I'd even put her at the bottom of good. Like just nowadays, there's a lot more options. I think she can be good. I used her in some of the epic only hider teams, like just as an accessible decreased speed heal option, and she's nice for that. But yeah, you definitely don't need her.
Hmm.
So yeah, she's very, very niche. But yeah, she's not. I don't think she's not useless, which I think most people would say. I think she's just a bit above that.
Yeah. So, when do we actually get her? Let me have a quick look. So
I think it's like 8 months or something. It's
so
pretty far in.
we get Tanix. Oh wait, it was before then. Oh, it's 210. Okay, yeah. So it's before Vizix. Yeah, I can see it as being good. Yeah,
Mhm,
for sure.
mhm.
All right. Next up here, we're gonna go for Z Litchi, or however you say it, Lychee.
Yeah. I
What do you
thought it
think?
was Itchy?
Itchy.
Itchy. She's itchy. She's terrible as well. Like,
I think she's meh.
yeah, yeah, I'd say so. Champion sucks.
Where's she from again? She's a lizard, right?
Mhm,
She looks badass. I love the aesthetics of it.
mhm.
But like an increased attack, increased crit damage on herself to sack a single target with ignoring no defense. You know, 15% chance extra hit. And how long does this
Mhm.
take again? It is the seven. You need 700 Doom Tower fragments. Yeah, Raid, you can keep that one there.
Yeah, no, I've
Yeah.
never used her anywhere or even
Wait,
never
this
even
is
thought of using
this
her.
is the biggest fight of this entire thing so far. Who comes
Oh,
above, Sion or Zilichi?
I think Ziyichi is better.
Okay.
I I can I
Nice.
can conceive of a Doom Tower, and I can
Uh,
conceive of a Cursed City room where I'm like, she's the only viable damage dealer. Sure, fuck it, I'll build her. I can never see me ever using Scion. I
All right.
tried him for Amius for a guide, and I was like, yeah, no, it's not. No one should do this. This is dumb. It's not even worth it.
Yeah. All right. Who we got next?
Let's do Grush the Mangler.
Rusty Mangler. What do you
Hmm.
think?
I'd say he's probably great, but not must build. I'd say
Hmm.
a couple of AoEs, good healing. You get him maybe 7 months in, 7 or 8. Um, he's good in stun set
We get him
for a few
in
places.
240 days.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, I think he's solid. He's a solid champ, but he's definitely not a must build. but he's good.
He's the
I say
introduction.
great or good.
He's the introduction to Leech for champions. So similar with the Yargid
Mm.
Insatiable, they like to bring down these mechanics slowly but surely, and he was that one for Leech. So if you don't have a Leech option, for sure, could be a must build for you.
Hmm, hmm.
Next up here is Lordly Legionary. Now I'm gonna put him in good,
Oh, okay.
bottom of good, and the reason why I don't put him as Mare is he does have finite uses, and I did use him on the free to play, and I had value, and
Okay.
he carried me to stage 20 with the reflect damage, and that was him being a 5-star as well. So all I needed him to do was let the finite hit me, reflect that damage back, practice shield, and now I can control it. Right? It was just that initial phase that I struggled with. But I will say he's the wrong
Nice, nice.
affinity for stage 20. So that's why he can't go up here, because if you want a
Hmm.
consistent farm, it's just tedious.
Yeah,
But to get it done once, if you want to just climb a little bit, decrease speed
yeah.
option as well. Pretty decent, yeah.
That's good. I think what, put him above Tanix then,
Yeah.
because yeah, Tanix is very very niche. That sounds more useful. That sounds like more useful. Yeah, just progress through Fire Knight. Cool. And you actually did it.
Yeah, so
Proof is in the pudding, as they say.
so where is he again? What is he? Do you know?
Banner Lord, I
Oh, he is
think.
a Bannerlord, yeah. Like, Lordly Legionary. Yeah, so we got this reflect damage. So what you do is you
Mm,
just open with this at the right time, make sure that you just crack down the shield. And if you've got other 10-meter champions to like carry that afterwards for full control, this could be the reason why you could potentially do it. Decrease speed, 100% chance once booked as well, and a 10-meter
yeah.
depletion. A1 is like, I wish if this was a heal reduction, I would probably go
Ooh,
maybe even must build if it was 100% chance heal reduction.
yeah.
But it's
Yeah, he's
conditional. Yeah.
yeah, he's probably gonna come into Curse City for sure, I'd say, against Fire Knight. Yeah, cool. All
Yeah.
right.
So it's pretty decent. Yeah.
Hmm, there we go. You changed my mind on Lordly Legionary. Um, let's go Dark Elhain,
Which one is it? Oh, it's the blue one.
the blue one. I'd say she's probably great, but not must build.
Okay. Yeah.
I'd say, yeah. She's very, very nice for countering Torment waves in PvE content,
Hmm.
maybe even Torment in Arena. She does good damage. I find her very useful. Like I use her more than like for me in that particular tier, I'd use RX the most, and then
Yeah.
probably her would be the second most used in that tier. So yeah, I think she's very good.
She's a good cheese for Dark Fate as well, right? When you like
Yeah.
you make the mirror copy, freeze you, and then you go back, you kill all the
Yeah,
mirror
you can
copies. Some nifty
yeah, yeah, yeah.
stuff. But yeah, I'd agree. Probably bottom of the barrel down here. Very best not
Okay.
best build. All right. So next up here, we've got a few dupes. We don't need to be doing those. C's, the final champion of the normal Doom of the daily login reward program.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
God. I don't even know what he does, man. I
So
think he's
wait, you need a whopping. Are you ready, guys?
uh
751 days of playing this game to get C's. Is he good enough?
I'm just reading his kit now. This guy's absolute garbage. No, that's no. He's meh. He's meh.
Yeah.
There's no way you use it.
I,
I don't know.
I
Do you think he's okay?
I like C's. I do like
Right.
him, but not where you get him in the game. If I summon him early game,
Yeah.
I might think about it a little bit.
Hmm.
He does hit pretty hard. He's got a very unique passive where every single time he takes a turn, non-resistible 10-meter decrease. I think
Hmm.
it's pretty nifty. I like it. But for where you are in the game, 751 days, I think he goes down into meh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's touch on one that's similar. Lady Eresh. She's in a very similar spot of being super late in the game. If you got her really early, she'd be okay.
It's the
But
issue. That's why I wanted to do this spin on this video. Is it's not are they just good because you need the
yeah.
context of it takes this long to get them right.
Yeah, like I wonder, Lady Eresh, I could see being good for Curse City, but I don't know if she actually is for any of the rotations, at least yet. So I'd put her top of meh, probably. I don't
Yeah.
know.
So that is going to be 571 days for her.
Yeah, she's again like that. No, not
Oh,
good,
meh.
not good.
I was like,
Probably meh. Yeah, yeah, I think so.
yeah, I've never found myself using her after all this time, even for a secret room. Just never used her. But saying that,
Yeah.
I pulled a 5-star sword. I said I would do it. So, Lady of Irish video
Okay.
coming soon, guys. Quick plug.
Nice.
Okay, so next up here, we've got the champion that you need to kill like 100 enemies to get a decreased speed debuff or something. What are we saying?
No, meh. Meh.
Meh,
Shout
meh.
out anyone who played what was it? Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Wait.
No, she sucks. She's so bad. Like, yeah, it's just such a she was designed to be that this is to help you in Spider champion, but she's no good.
Like, look at this.
Um,
What's that? It's not even a
no
100% chance to decrease speed. It is a decreased speed, granted 4-turn cooldown. And look, you get an increased speed if you kill 4 or more enemies. Like, come on. Like, what's going on here? Like,
extra turn if you kill 10 enemies.
yeah, that's not happening, man. I'm not ranking that one up for sure.
No, dreadful.
Okay, so next up, this is actually an interesting one. I feel like there's a lot of debate on this champion. Boss Ather.
Ooh.
I'm straight off the bat, before you say that, I'm gonna put him here. That's what I think.
Okay,
Correct me if you
right.
think I'm
Yeah,
wrong.
I'd be interesting. I was gonna say maybe just in good, honestly.
Okay.
Like AoE stunt, like you get him really late. His passive is really disappointing. I feel like he's a Cursed City only champion, so I'd only put him in good. What do you feel though? You like him?
I really like him. Like, he's not bang at the top of the Doom Tower, is why I do like him. He's like 5th along the way, you know.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's 50%, and he looks badass. I think that
Yeah.
adds some brownie points. To me, I call him Baby Chris, but maybe not. Where is he? Can you see him?
Left.
Oh, Sather. Oh, there he is. I keep thinking he's Void. But, you know, AoE stun, 100% chance. It's definitely helped me in some of these Cintranos bosses to control, like, especially like Eternal Dragon, control the minions and stuff. We've got a strengthened 3-turn cooldown with a continuous heal as well. With a shield buff equal to 25% of this champion if they're under these conditions. Whenever an enemy is revived, has a 100% chance once booked of placing a stun debuff. Now, in Live Arena, this is a very little off-topic pick that you can do because let's just say they revive their White King Narcissus. Boom, stun. They can't do anything, you know? So there's some little nifty ways that you could use Barsatha to your advantage, for sure. I think this might be one that we maybe
have to disagree on.
Like,
would you have you ever actually used him or seen anyone ever actually do that in arena?
I haven't seen any. No, someone did it to me when I was playing them.
Oh, okay.
Someone did it to me. Yeah.
And did they beat you or did they lose?
They beat me because of that. Because what they did is my son. No, what was it? I revived
There's
with.
a fun ad above me, by the way. He's putting all sorts of things in his pockets.
Wait, what's he putting there? Wait, what is those trousers? Waterproof. I needed those when I went to Ireland.
Yeah.
Wait, that was a knife as well.
Proof as well. Holy shit! Wow.
In case he gets stabbed. No, but what I'm thinking is like Barsatha to me sits above all of these champions here. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
That's just the way I'm kind of looking at it here.
Okay. Does he go at the top of good though, or the bottom of great?
I'd say I'd say something like this.
Like there?
Yeah.
Ooh. Interesting.
It'd be interesting to know what the comments think afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to agree to disagree. I put him at the top of good, I think, but we'll see. I mean, he totally could come in and be an MVP in Cintranos. I definitely think so.
Yeah.
All right.
So next up here we'll go with. Oh, actually, is this the first champion that we get? I believe it is. The Tomb Angel. What do you think?
Sadly, I think she's meh. I think.
You sure?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe bottom of good. I think she's just really fallen off hard. Like, I think there's just been power creep. It's not done her well.
So if you think you've just done the hard Doom Tower, right? First ever time, your first ever champion, the excitement's there, the dopamine, you're like, yes, we did it.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, at that given moment, you wouldn't consider maxing her up.
I mean, I did. Yeah, I maxed her up, and like she was okay at the time when I maxed her up. Like she actually hit really hard, but like she needs setup. It's awkward. You need to get the hex out, which is not easy to do. And then she gets totally messed up by Stone Skin, everything like that. She's kind of useful for some of the rooms because of her passive. So for some secret rooms in Doom Tower and stuff, like she's okay because of that.
Yep.
But okay, I you know what? Yeah, put her in good. Don't put her in meh. I'd say put her in just like the good tier. Like I do use her a little bit for again some of Curse City and stuff. She's fine as a damage dealer because she has some crowd control.
I'd say she's like if you're anyone like me, you know, if a bit quirky, a bit fun. You know, sometimes when I first got it anyway, I just tried my best to like ramp it up the damage.
Yeah.
So I could see the fun in it. I'd say probably maybe around out here.
Yeah,
between Gerda and the chicken.
Yeah, that's more fair. Yeah. Because to be fair, yeah, I do use her for some of those stages because of the passive, really. Yeah.
So next up here, we're gonna go with your choice, actually.
Okay, let's do Yakarl the Scourge,
Okay.
actually. I'm I think he's very, very good. Actually, you get to place him. You tell me where you place him first, and then I'll argue with you if you do something different.
I'm arguing must build.
Okay, I agree.
Okay.
I actually agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think so. I think especially with Hard Fire Knight, he's really come into his own.
Mm-hmm.
Dark Fae,
Yep.
brilliant. Solid, even champ, solid champ for arena. Yeah, he's just a good damage dealer with crowd control. It's really good for Fire Knight. Like I think I'm actually gonna be rebuilding mine in better gear for putting him at like with St. Patrick for
Yep.
Fire Knight hard. Like brilliant. Freezes, decreased speed, AoE for the waves.
Smacks
Really
as
good
well,
champ.
man. Very good
Max hard.
multipliers. Yeah.
Mhm,
Especially on that
mhm.
decreased speed one, he just goes boop,
Oh
takes them
yeah.
out. It's like
If they're
yes,
frozen, not like one shots, dudes. It's
yes.
good.
Really, really strong. So yeah, I've maybe like before hard mode came out, I might have been leading into great
Yeah,
but not
yeah,
must
before
build. But
yeah,
nowadays,
yeah,
I feel like, especially for my account, there's no one I would want more in my team than Yakal, alongside
yeah,
some of the other options I got. So yeah.
yeah, I agree. I think before Fire Knight Hardy would have been
So
great, but
okay,
not much
here's a
build
question:
for the
where would you
Dark
sit
Fae.
him? So I want to kind of like muddle these up, so we got a bit of a format here. So
Uh,
would
I
you?
would I would probably put him near the bottom, actually.
So just
Yeah.
above Drexel like that.
Yeah, I put Dragstar higher for because you get Dragstar so early.
Okay,
I
yeah,
think he's
I get
really
it. Yeah.
solid. And
Then what about
um,
these ones? Where would you
you get
sit
your
those?
Carl pretty early as well, though.
Hmm.
Come on, it's hard to rearrange. Let's finish them first, and then we'll rearrange. We're almost there.
All right. So Taya.
I'm not even sure what she does. I feel she's bottom of good. Yeah, she seems to me like maybe some Cursed City stages, and that's probably about it. Like I don't know, there's a dragon boss in Cursed City.
Hmm.
I don't even know exactly what she
She does
does.
do a heal reduction, for Amius.
Okay,
You know, three time
any
hitter with
Scion fans?
three time hitter with the poison, a decreased accuracy. It's not like the best champion in the game.
Yeah,
As you just said, I'd kind of just bottom of good is where I'd probably.
yeah, she's very late in the
Yeah,
game as
very late
well.
in the game, so that goes into consideration. Yeah.
Hmm.
Next up here, I'm gonna go with Urost. I think he's a must build.
I think he's a must build as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's so strong with the passive for the
Just think about
poisons. He's
when was
great.
the last time that you struggled with Scarab King the second you get this dude? It's like
Yeah,
permanently
yeah,
it's sorted. And actually he's got a really good kit outside of that. Like that's all I built him for. But you know, he brings in
yeah.
like some really cool stuff like the strengthens and the
Mm.
other effects that he brings in as well. I actually can't remember,
Yeah, I think
but
it's kind of a pity in a way that he is so strong for Scarab, he just gets locked into it because he is a good champ. He could do some fun
and look
stuff
at
if he
this. Look,
wasn't like
3 turn
zero
strengthen,
speed.
ally protection. That's one of the best ally protect champions in this game. That is very, very
Yeah,
strong. Like, you know, AoE decrease speed and stuff with some
yeah,
stuns, some shields. Yeah, man. Poison reflections. He's very top tier, I think.
yeah.
No books needed as well. I never booked mine.
I might have booked mine for fun. I can't
No, he's
remember,
pretty good
but
with
yeah,
books.
he doesn't need it.
If
He doesn't
you
need it.
okay, let me clarify. If you're using for Scarab King, does not need the books. If you want
No.
the rest of the kit, then yeah, for sure.
Let me see. Did I actually book it? Let me search. We can go on to the next champion while I search that.
Next up, man.
I did book him. Go me.
All right, so we've only got 5 champions left. These 4 we've already kind of done.
Yeah.
Actually, no, we haven't done Yannick. Yannicka's an interesting one, actually. I'm kind of I would lean towards great, but not must build.
Yeah, I don't really like Yannicka, I'll be honest. I'd put her in probably top of good.
Upper good.
How early can you get her? Like on your free to play, you get her from the clan shop. How close?
I guess
How easy is that to do?
it's all subjective, like how you've built your
Yeah.
account, how many elite quests you can complete. It comes down to the individual player, I think. But you know,
Like ballpark figures, so like around Still of the Drakes. Is it longer?
I could probably see someone get Yannicka by the time they get Selected Drakes if they really
Okay,
push.
yeah.
Yeah,
She'd be okay, she would be good at that point for sure.
it's a hard one
And
because when we got introduced to Yannicka being a part of the clan shop, we've already played the game for so long.
yeah,
So we
yeah.
don't really get that full-on
Mhm.
experience of pushing it as I want a Yannicka now, you know?
Yeah.
Um,
You know, I do think if you're a newer player, I do think she's actually really good if you get her that early. Yeah. If you get her that
Let
early,
us know in
she's
the
great.
comment
And she's
section,
even
actually, guys. For anyone that's actually
yeah.
joined the game, push for Yannicka as one of your primary reasons. How quickly can you get Yannicka done? Let us know.
And
But
she's decent in Hydra as well. She's not great, but she's okay.
yeah, Leech. decent damage. Or did we say
Yeah, she
maybe somewhere
veils
down here,
herself.
like around the
Yeah,
Barsata-ish? Yeah,
I've used her more than Basatha, so yeah.
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 Okay, so next up, Jimro the Stork. I have no knowledge of this guy, so let me know.
Yeah, I'm in. He's my Lady Eresh. I just got a 5-star soul for him, so I'm gonna build him soon.
Okay.
I'd say he's probably bottom of good, maybe Matt. I'm not sure.
Bearing in mind,
He
you need
doesn't.
900 fragments, the final reward of beating every single thing in the Doom Tower. Does he live
Yeah.
up to the hype?
No. I think he's definitely good for memes. I wonder. I'm curious. I'm curious about him. We even put him in Matt. Maybe there's some Curse City stage where he's insane. He does a 2-turn stun, which is actually quite good. That ignores block debuffs. That's
Yeah.
quite nice.
Do you know, to me, the phrase to
But I
me
don't know.
is, oh, he could be good for Centranos, is the same as he could be
Yeah.
good for Faction Wars. I feel like that's like the new phrase that we all use. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you
But
know,
he
like,
might actually be good for
but if
that. He wouldn't be
Centranos
good.
wasn't there,
Yeah.
would we be using him?
No. Put him in Meh. Put him in Meh.
Well, I haven't read this. So, increased defense counterattack on himself, 4-turn
Yeah,
cooldown.
one target. Yeah.
Places a stun debuff on one target and ignores block debuffs. And okay,
Like if you got him early game, he'd be really fun. He'd be great for arena early game.
yeah, too bad it's going to take you 4 years.
Yeah, exactly. That's the problem. I really
To put it
think.
into context, I've been playing this game for 5 years. I still don't have this dude. I'm still like
Oh.
grinding. Yeah, I don't have him yet.
Yeah, I think he's. I feel like he's a Centranos only kind of dude. I'm gonna use him in live arena for memes though, and we'll see what we
I
can
think
do.
he's underwhelming for playing for that long. That's the
Yeah.
context of this video. I think he sits right there.
In Meh.
I think it's underwhelming, right? You play for what 4 years and you get this dude. Like, come on, some single target stun. Get out of here, man.
Yeah.
I'd rather have a Mon, so I got him in one fusion.
Yeah. Oh my god. Like
You
yeah.
know?
If you compare that, Armand's is like
You know what I
10
mean?
times as good
Like
as this guy.
you gotta like try your best to get a single target stun when the Mons is just like perma lockout for a fusion.
Armand's
man.
is 100 times better than him. It's
Yeah.
insane. Okay.
Put it this way, I am not
Put him in Meh.
excited to get him as my final reward. No way.
Put him in Meh.
All right, Chromax. I've been dabbling a little bit. I can't remember exactly what he does. I remember it being decent. It had some potential. Chromax.
I think he's pretty. I'd say he's Matt as well. He
So
needs a buff. If he got a buff, he'd be okay.
So decrease attack A1, block
Yeah.
buff single target, also fills as turn meter, AoE provoke for
problem.
1 turn. Do you know what I would do to this dude? I would make him a 2-turn duration provoke, and I think he'd be used in so many areas.
Yeah, that'd be better. Or what I would do, I'd make it AoE block buffs 3-turn cooldown, AoE provoke 3-turn cooldown. So he's got the affinity problem.
No, do you know if he just did what Archer did? Like,
Yeah.
he's pretty much halfway there. Like, provokes, decreased accuracy, and we got a hex as well with the passive. Like, he's like a weird budgety Archer in some weird way.
That would actually be a pretty good move for them to do as well.
I would do that, yeah.
Again, he does have the affinity problems. Like make him like.
Do you know what they could do? The whole
budget Archer,
raid.
yeah.
We've just saved your PR disaster with Archer. Make Chromax with a buff to perform, even if it's not as good, but somewhere near the caliber of Archer. And there you go. You've now managed to bring that kit into a champion that everyone can get at some point. Sorted.
Do it.
But as it stands right now, I think he doesn't go anywhere past bottom of good. Personally.
Yeah. Good or even Matt. Honestly,
I'd rather have him than Jinro the crap.
Yeah, like he might be good in faction wars / Centranos. Provoke, dude.
We might actually switch this around. Let's just get these on the board here. So 3 more. We got Gomlock Sky Height. What do you think?
Ooh,
Third champion, 300 fragments.
Yeah, I put him in good. I think he's actually quite good.
I think he goes great, but not best build.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, I'm cool with that. I think yeah, you could put him there. Yeah.
I think he sits above all of these champions in this row for sure. Like decreased defense, weaken, turbiate depletions, leech.
Yeah, he's got a good kit. It just takes ages to get him.
Yeah,
and then affinity is also a bit of a problem with him. But yeah, no, he's like his A2 is a 2-turn like turn meter steal. It's
very like. Do you know if for anyone out there that's struggling with Dark Fade, this guy can really fit into those teams and put in wonders for you. Opening phase, control turn meter, pretty decent.
Yeah. Okay, great but not good.
Is he
great but not my fill.
Is he the one that I'm thinking about? He is right. The stealing turn meter.
Yeah, he steals half the turn meter.
Is he an orc?
Yeah, he's an orc. Yeah.
I Where's he gone? Yeah, it is
There he
this
is.
dude. So decrease defense and weaken as well if he's got full HP. Turn me to steal on a 2-turn cooldown. It's bonkers.
Hmm.
Leech A1. Yeah, no, I like this guy. I think he's good.
Top tier faction war and Centranos champ as
Oh,
well.
get out of here, man. Do you know what? Weird. We'll sort that later. All right. So Grunger. I'm a few fragments away from him, so I don't have a lot of experience. You played with him?
Yeah, he's bad. He was good for like one specific floor of Soul Cross and Centranos that was obnoxiously hard.
Okay.
And he was the best damage dealer. I kid you not. He was the best damage dealer for that floor, and it was a floor bloody like Duchess, double more to Macab. It was absolute pain. But I say he's meh. He's top of meh. Like he is objectively bad. He objectively sucks.
So AoE burn on a 4-turn cooldown.
4-turn AoE burn.
Block debuff of removing a block debuffs.
You've been playing the game for 3 years. You haven't quite got this guy yet. AoE burn on a 4-turn cooldown. Force affinity can weak hit. It's just objectively bad. If it was not for that one specific room of Centranos, I never would have built this guy.
No, I agree. I think he's just bottom good kind of situation. Like you might use him for fun.
I'd even put him meh. I put him and Chromax in meh personally at the top of meh, but I put them in meh. They're not good champions. They're just not good. Okay. Maybe Chromax can say good because he does have an A.
I'm trying my best to get like an even board here, so we have to sort that out in like 1 second.
So we don't need an even board.
So, all right, last one. Burger King.
She's pretty great, but not must build. I'd say she's actually genuinely good kit, but it just takes yonks to get her.
When do we get her? Oh, it's the 8th champion. So it's like the Krakow situation.
Yeah. She's actually pretty all right for Dragon Hard. I've seen some people run her with Staltus, like help keep them alive. She's okay.
So you say somewhere around the Gwyn if we put them next to each other like that?
Yeah, similar. Yeah.
All right, so I feel like, before we carry on here, was there any champions that I could have missed? Because we just spent so long in this video. The worst thing will be if I forgot one champion. I feel like that's everyone, right?
I'm sure it is. There's so many.
All right. Okay, just for a final thing here, is there any little swapsy rounds that we can do here? In terms of order.
Glance.
Yeah.
At a quick glance, maybe Marius goes up, right? He's looking really strong.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe Romantu a bit higher.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I mean, Mithrala probably go above Vizix. Like when you get Mithrala, she's like, absolutely nuts.
So would you say Arbiter's definitely probably must build because you get
I'd say so. For when you get Arbiter, there's no question.
Yeah.
He's insane. I'd say that's pretty.
Second row, and you'd leave probably Haikatune up there.
Yeah,
I think it looks pretty bang on. I'm happy with that.
We're bang on.
Yeah.
I think you know what, YSC? I think this is 100% definitively correct. There's no way anyone, 0 people in the comments will complain. Not a single person will have a single complaint. It is the perfect tier list. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah, but guys, I guess that was all for this 1-hour video. My apologies, Nubs. I did not think this was gonna drag on for this long, but at least there's a video out there now. So for anyone that's kind of wondering how the experience is for us as players, anyway, how we valued them. It's not to say that you guys might not like them better than us, but when we got them, our experiences and how much value they had for our accounts, this is probably kind of how we kind of thought of them and used them at the time, right? But let us know in the comment section below your disagreements, and we can have a little debate. Nubs, you want to say anything here before we wrap up?
No. Thanks for having me on. It's good fun as always. I'm gonna go get some pasta bolognese for dinner.
Very nice. And guys, also head over to Nub Raids channel, drop them a subscribe. We've actually did another video over there for some stuff that we want to see in the game. So cool
little
video.
If there's any weebs, sub to my other channels as well. All you weebs, I see you.
All right, guys.
I gotta promote them. One of them only has 2 subs. It needs some promotion.
I'm gonna leave all of his 50 YouTube channels in the description below. All right, guys. We've been here for too long. Have a great day. See ya.